Hello, hello, my beautiful Aquarians. Welcome in, welcome back, welcome to my channel. I am Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. This is the month of January, and I am doing coffee cup readings. A lot of people really enjoy those. I enjoy doing them. They just tend to take a little bit longer because of all the information that comes through. So, welcome in. If everything doesn't resonate, take what resonates and leave the rest, because this is a collective reading, not a one-to-one. I'm perfectly happy to do a one-to-one reading for you. You can find that information in the description box. So we are going to get started, Aquarius, with what is going on for you. I have already pulled oracle cards, and I will pull the tarot live with you on camera once we go through the coffee cup. So let's see what's here. Let's see. Ooh, kind of lumpy and bumpy in the cup. I mean, in the plate, excuse me. Okay. Let's see what we have. So I'm doing these readings in the order of number of views from the last videos I posted, which was the January to June messages. And so you had the highest number of views. Thank you so much, Aquarius. I really appreciate it. All right, there is the overview of your cup. And you see there's a lot of coffee grounds on the rim. So this could mean that you're right on the edge of something, right on the edge of some sort of breakthrough or some sort of big change that could be happening with you. Now let's see what Spirit has for messages for the cup itself. Wow, there's a lot of the only way I can describe it, the feeling is a lot of boulders to get over. Now this right here, I don't know how well you can see it. There are two of the exact same shapes. Can you see that? Big and small. It's like a boulder with a circle kind of taken out of it, or an indentation. And that happens in rock formations when water continuously flows over it or drips on it. So this is sort of a message of consistency here. When you keep working at it, keep going, keep doing it over and over, you're able to mold and shape whatever it is that whether it's you, your body, your business, something like that is what I'm hearing. That you have been very consistent and worked very hard in order to get this done. So the other message they're giving me is that it's stages, right? So you may just get a small part of that done, and then you're going to move on to the next step, which is bigger and better and bolder, not like a B-O-L-D-E-R. Thank you, Spirit. Wow, that's so funny. My guides can sometimes be funny and crack me up because I said these are boulders, B-O-U-L-D-R. Okay, that was quite a message in and of itself. Next, I see a little bird in flight. I mean, it is so clear. This right here is a bird. Yeah, I know you can see that, right? And because it's white, it's reminding me of a dove. Now, when we see white doves, we think of peace, right? Often doves are depicted carrying an olive branch. So this is telling me, Aquarius, that there may be someone that you need to make peace with. It could even be yourself, right? Someone that you need to make peace with. Let bygones be bygones. Move on from whatever, that is. It could be making peace with the work that you're going to need to do to get to that place you want to get to, because then you come to another boulder, small and big. Again, small and large. So small and large seems to be a theme here. The first two sets of coffee grounds are showing me small and large, small and large. Let me just see if Spirit. So I don't know what this is going to mean to you. I have to give you what they give me. So here they're saying, as you can see that something is going down in between. It's sort of cracking it. And they're saying cracking off a piece. chipping off a piece. I don't know what, I mean, that could mean so many things. I would love for you to tell me in the comments how that resonates for you. So it's like you're taking a little piece of something, not the whole thing, but you're cracking off a piece of that. I mean, it honestly looks like it could be like a jackhammering a piece of that off. What on earth, Spirit, is that? Okay, let's see. Cracking off a piece so things can flow smoothly, so things can flow through. Wow. I mean, that could go so many ways. Spirit is giving me, they're giving me the depiction of like water buildup. Okay, water is flow, water is energy, water is, it's the water signs can be like about love and nurturing and going with the flow, that something has been dammed up and that you just need to move something aside, or in this case, chip a piece off. So let things flow. And it could have something to do with that dove of peace, that dove of forgiveness, Aquarius. Okay. What's the next thing? The next thing, the first thing I saw was a heart, but then it's like I see, and I'll get the card out in a minute. This right here, there is a card, whoops, sorry, right here. There is a card in the Wisdom of the Oracle that's two owls, I think, that are looking at each other. And that looks exactly like that card when I can see it here. I think they're standing on an egg or something. I'll find it. All right, let me just pause the camera and find it because that's what they want me to do. Hang on. Okay, here it is. It's loyal heart. Now, this is so funny because I said when I saw that, it looked like a heart, and then it looked like the two owls. So you see the two owls facing each other, and there is a heart shape on the egg, and this is loyal heart. 35 is the number, and it comes up to an 8, which is mastery and infinity. Let me see what this card. This feels like it's really important for some reason. And you know, I opened up the book and look what's there. Peace. My guides are never wrong. My guides are amazing and fantastic. There is definitely something that you need to make peace with. I don't know if it has to do with this. All right, let me read this. This reading is going all off in a direction I wasn't expecting. Fidelity, loyalty, and devotion. Fidelity, loyalty, and devotion. This has to mean something to someone, because I wish that you could see it the way that I see it. It's right here. And see how it looks like a heart, and then I see the owl's faces in the top of that heart. It's almost exactly like this card. That is so amazing. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Loyalty, fidelity, devotion. Okay. What else do we have? I see a rabbit down below. It looks really a lot like a jackrabbit. Can you see that? I think you can. Those rabbits, well, rabbits are really fast, and they also have a reputation of making a lot of babies. So I don't know if that's something, that's what Spirit has given me. Fast babies. Maybe somebody wasn't expecting to be pregnant and they're all of a sudden pregnant. This could all have to do with this loyalty, devotion, divine love, the dove of peace, breaking through the dam. Wow. Okay. All right, let me see here. What else do we have? What else, Spirit, do you want to tell them? I see the Roman numeral 2. 2, that's partnership, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, I see. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this. There's two people here. Can you see that? It looks like one is like a smaller, I would say it's feminine energy. One is masculine energy. The the feminine energy is like sitting down. She's sitting down, and the masculine is almost like bowing, almost giving her something. Wow, this is crazy. Um, the picture is so clear, and it looks like they're standing on top of. You see this here? They're right on top of that. It reminds me of Jack and the Beanstalk, but Jack and the Beanstalk went up there to find the goose that laid the golden egg, right? So, but what Spirit is giving me is that it's been a long road to get to where these two are. This could either be a proposal, it could be the baby, the pregnancy, something like that. It could also be that forgiveness. It could be figuring out how this person is loyal and devoted and whatnot. I mean, wow, 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 wow. Um, okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, there's so... Okay, now I see up here, there are like 3 angels flying through the air toward those people. Now, if you're already in a relationship, this doesn't mean that it can't apply to you as well. Because it could be you're figuring out how love grows deeper over the years, right? My husband and I have been together for 16 years, married for 14, and there are always, every now and then I'm just struck. Like sometimes he'll do something or say something, and I just think to myself, wow, I am so lucky, to have this relationship and to have him. And you could be having one of those moments in your relationship, and it's like, wow, this is the most loved I've ever been, or the most I trusted somebody, or something like that. Okay, now here, that to me is a representation of the fire horse year that's coming up. It looks like the horse could be going either way, and there are flames coming up underneath. The year of the fire horse is coming up February 17th or 18th. I'm sorry, I can't remember which date. So this is going to be a very big year for everyone, but because that representation is in your cup, Aquarius, I think this is going to be a huge year for you coming up. Loyalty, devotion, the heart, the owls, the dove of peace, the breaking a piece off, the getting the stages of those boulders that it showed us, the small and the large. Okay, let's see what else. Okay. In the bottom of the cup, I have a perfect depiction of 2 perfect breasts. This has happened a couple of times in my readings, right there. They almost look like they're inside of a heart shape. I don't know if this means something to anybody. Maybe somebody's having breast augmentation. Maybe, something, I don't know. Maybe somebody's just, their partner loves their breasts. I mean, it happens, right? Sorry, that's just, I have to give you what I see and what my guides tell me to give you for the messages. Okay. Bottom of the cup, there is a low, let's call it a hill, right? And it's showing me a path up the hill, and there are 2 choices of how you go, all right? So that's bringing in, like we saw the Roman numeral 2, now we see 2 paths. So there's going to be something coming up soon, because this is a timeless reading. Whenever you come to it, you're going to have the choice of which way to go. And that could be many things. Which house to buy, which car to buy, which job to take, which website company to go with, which, whatever. It could be anything for anyone. I'm trying to figure out, there's 2 little white areas in the bottom, which I'm trying to see what Spirit is going to give me for a message for those, because they seem important. They seem important. Spirit, what is the message about those? I see a heart with thorns on the outside. So one of them, a heart with thorns. So this could also tie into somebody who's been hurt, and so they're closed off. So this isn't necessarily how they feel or felt or are letting themselves feel. Thank you, Spirit. This has to do with the crack, breaking a piece off, letting the water flow. So for some of you, whoever it is that you've been hurt deeply, if you don't let some water flow through, if you don't get a little crack in, you won't have the opportunity to understand or feel or know, true love again. Yeah. The other one looks like a puppy, a puppy dog. Maybe some of you are getting a new pup. Okay, wow, wow, wow. That was a little odd, wasn't it? Okay, let's see what the plate has for you. Wow, this is kind of sludgy. We have that same, see, like a mountain over here and a hill or a boulder over here. Sorry, I just don't want it to drip on the desk. Okay, I think we can. All right. There's the overview. All right. This is that same shape that had the two people on top of it. You see how it's kind of zigzag right here? How it looks like, remember the beanstalk? It's in the same curving off to the left. This is so crazy. This is a crazy thing. So on top of it again is two people, but this time the feminine one has jumped up, almost like the man has picked her up and up into the air. Right there. You see that? And in the other, on the coffee cup, the man was leaning down towards, almost giving her something, and she was sitting down. And this is, wow, this is pretty amazing. Something and the angels are there. There's the angel wing right here. There's two angels right above them, just like in the cup. My guides are so amazing. Definitely some sort of celebration with this couple. Definitely something going on there. I would love to know in the comments. I would love it. And then we see this, like this mountain here. And it's almost like this, there's a path going right up to it. So that could mean, yeah, some work, or maybe you're going mountain climbing, or maybe you're going someplace like to Mount Fuji, or some special thing that you're doing that has to do with mountains. Colorado, I mean, Smoky Mountains, I mean, there's mountains everywhere. The Alps, but there's something about a mountain or mountains. Either a mountain that you have to climb or have climbed, or you're going some trip where there are mountains. The Green Mountains in Vermont, the White Mountains in New Hampshire. There's mountains everywhere. Let me know. All right, let's see. What else? What else do we see? Oh my gosh. So here, there's a face, there's a crown, and there's wings going around this whole scene here. Right here, I see the two owls again. Right there. There is definitely this thing about owls, protection, loyalty, devotion. Wow, Aquarius, this is just amazing. This is just amazing. I'm amazed as I am giving you the messages. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, wow, wow, wow. I don't even know what to say. That was so amazing. Okay, so let's look at, before we do the tarot, so the deck they wanted me to use is the Oracle of the Universe. And they also wanted to point out the way that these decks look like something bursting out, bursting through. That also is indicative of that cutting the piece off and letting the water flow, right? So the card that you got for that, for your Oracle, is Aries, motivation. This is number 1. Something new, some breakthrough, something happening, right? Now, I have to use the magnifying glass to read this, so I'm going to have to set the card there. I'll hold it up again. Motivation. Oh my gosh, the magnifying glass is all dusty. Sorry, Aquarius. I gotta. But these are hard to read because the print is really small. Investigate the why. Ensure you understand your motivations for doing something, especially if it is going to be a challenge. What is the source of your motivation? Others may have hidden motivations that are different to yours. Stop and pause to understand the other views. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this could have something to do with that dove of peace, that cracking open, right? That cracking open and letting things through. You need to see other people's point of view, and you need to understand what their motivation is. Okay, Aquarius, and you see this is the constellation Aries, motivation. What is your motivation? What is their motivation is what I would say. All right, we'll save the animal oracles for the end. All right, there's a couple there. They wanted me to use 2 different animal oracle decks. Aquarius, wow, 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 wow. I'm sitting here in awe of this reading. It's gone on, it's going to be a lot longer. I was going to try to do 2 this morning, but I'm not going to be able to because I'm going to have to get ready for work. Okay, Spirit, what do you have? Oh, okay, the Devil, Capricorn, obsession, fear. What is the word I'm looking for? Jeepers, Tower. Okay. You're definitely going to have something changing. A clean slate, something coming through, something big changes in the way you see something. We talked about that loyalty card, that devotion card, the Heart of Thorns, all of those things. And I don't do love readings. I don't like to because people all have free will, free choice, and things change when it comes to love and relationships a lot. So I don't necessarily like to do that kind of thing. But let's see, once we get all the cards out, let's see what the message is that comes through. Okay, can we have one more card? Definitely you're going to something new. That 6 of Swords, Sword of Truth, lots of air there with those swords. What is the last one, please? Whoops. Moon, Pisces energy. Okay, I will show you these in the order that they came out. Okay, so the Devil, this is Capricorn energy, right? Earth energy, workaholic energy, working really hard. And we were talking about the boulders and how hard you're working to get to the next level or to get something molded and shaped the way you want it. So this could be that for some of you. This also represents your fear. Fear of the next step, fear of moving on, fear of opening your heart, fear of letting the dam burst through, right? Those types of fears. It can also be like obsessive compulsive behavior, doing things over and over and over, obsessively working overtime, watching TV, exercising, overeating, overindulgence, so it's going to be different for each and every one of you that's watching what the message on that card is for you. And then you have the Tower. The Tower is when something changes, your belief system changes, something you believe changes. It could be belief in a person, belief in a job, a boss, a business, a religion, a guru, something like that. But this is not a bad thing. The Tower kind of clears the way for you to see things better, to see the truth more easily. This is what Spirit and my guides are giving me right now. So something may become clearer to you. We talked about in that coffee cup seeing the devotion of the relationship that you currently have. It could be that. Maybe your heart has been kind of thorny and things are going to change. Maybe you have some sort of aha moment, and that's the Tower. 2 of Pentacles, more earth energy. This is balance and choice, right? 2s are choice or balance and or balance. You had the Roman numeral 2 in your coffee cup, and here is 2 again. And I think there was another 2 in there, but 2 boulders twice. So choice, balancing things out, and the balance could have to do with your heart, how you treat others. Spirit is saying, and not. So they're just telling me boulders and rocks are very cold, hard, and you don't want to be like that. Coming up in this new fire horse year, Aquarius, you want to kind of soften up a little bit. All right, so rainbow between these pentacles, balancing things out in your work, in your job, in your money, in your checking account. But it's also choosing to do something, right? Some choice. And you had the path. Remember the mountain with the two paths? So definitely some choice. Now, this is air sign energy, so communication, right? And it's truth. The Ace of Swords is the sword of truth. And there you have that dove again. Remember, you had the white dove in your coffee cup. Something needs to be, the truth needs to be understood, needs to be said, needs to be communicated, right? Needs to be embraced. Thank you, Spirit. Oh my gosh. Embrace the truth, right? That's how we move on and in a better way. Speaking of moving on, here is the Six of Swords. So this person is in a boat taking all they've learned, all they know with them. Now, we cannot always take every bit of our baggage with us because we're just weighing the boat down. It's taking longer to get to the light, right? Sixes are harmony. You cannot have harmony if you drag all the old negative baggage with you. Is there a sword you need to throw out so you can go quicker? Are there two that you need to get rid of? Are there truths that you need to get out and get off your back? Get out there so that you feel better. I've never had that message with that card, Aquarius. So I don't know whether this is being truthful with yourself about a situation or a person having to do with this tower, or if you need to tell somebody the truth. Maybe you're holding back. Maybe you really, really love somebody and appreciate them, but because of your thorny heart and your coldness, you don't tell them. So I don't know who that's for or where it's coming from, but it's for somebody. Then you have Pisces energy, the moon. This is what is hidden from us. And Spirit, immediately when I said that, they said, it's hidden because you are closing yourself off. You need to let the water flow. You need to get rid of the thorns around your heart. And this doesn't have to be love. This can be in friendships, relationships, coworkers. You know, if you go to work every day and you have a block up and walls up and you don't communicate or socialize, you don't know what could happen if you would just let yourself be a little more vulnerable, Aquarius. And this doesn't have to be, it could be in love, relationships, work. It's going to be different for each and every one of you. The moon also represents, so Pisces energy is romantic energy, right? We had that all through this. Loyal heart, the two owls, the two people in your cup and your plate. So could be some maybe you're going to get ready to do some big romantic gesture, right? I don't know. But also the moon is about what we dream about at night, our dreaming mind, not our daydreaming mind, but our nighttime dreams, right? So pay close attention to what you're dreaming about in the next few days, Aquarius, because it could be really important. Holy cow. I can't even go back over these messages. There were so many in here. All right, so your first animal oracle is the Phoenix. Number 25, which is a 7, that is reflection. And I absolutely love this card. Rise from the ashes, transformation and regeneration. Yes, right? The boulders that transform and regenerate with the water going through them. The regeneration of relationships with the loyal heart with the thorns. Breaking off a piece so the water can flow through. That's all transformation and regeneration. I absolutely love that for you, my beautiful Aquarians. And then elk, nobility. Aquarians are often very intelligent, very noble type people, right? Celebrate your accomplishments with humility. There that is again. We were just kind of talking about that kind of thing, right? You are crowned with success. Powerful forces guide you. Yeah, like water, boulders, love, emotion. Your ability to conquer challenges is limitless. Limitless. Look at that. Celebrate your accomplishments with humility. Yeah, don't be a braggart, right? Is that message. Oh my gosh, Aquarius. Wow. I really hope that this has helped. I would love, love, love for you to drop me a comment. Let me know what this whole thing meant to you, the coffee cup, any of those messages. I love to hear from you. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Please give the video a like before you go, and subscribe if you like my style of reading. Thank you so much. Peace and kindness every single day. I love you all.